card reading for the lunar eclipse on the 19th of November. It will be 27 degrees of Taurus, and the last time this eclipse happened in 27 degrees of Taurus was on the 20th of November 2002. So you might want to check back to see where you were and what was happening in your life around that sort of time to get an idea about how the energy is personally affecting you. Otherwise, I've got this pick a card reading. If you've not done this before, you select either group number 1, 2 or 3, go to the timestamp in the description box below and see what the message is. I decided to use clear quartz because clear quartz is all about amplifying the energy as well, and I like the fact that it's transparent. So I want some transparency here because with us being in Scorpio season, everything in the tarot, Scorpio is the death card, transformation. So there is definitely a sort of a turn of events, secrecy, things being brought to the light that need to be addressed. And this particular eclipse is going to have a very eruptive rebellion energy to it. So that could be within your personal life. It could be a physical eruption like an earthquake. Or it could be like within politics or in finance. Now obviously because the eclipse is in Taurus, Taurus is all about kind of finance, earthly things, food, property, that sort of effect. So it might be disruptive in those sorts of levels, but of course the pick a card reading will see hopefully how these energies are going to be affecting you, whatever you feel drawn to when we do the sound bowl. And with knowing those sorts of energies, it can hopefully help to navigate you and how to kind of, you know, use energies to your benefit. Okay, so let us do the sound bowl for 20 seconds just to tune into the energy so you can make your selection. Otherwise, just jump ahead to your message. All right. Okay. Group number 1. Let's see what your messages are. I haven't looked at the cards. I took jumpers out the pack, but I wanted to keep it all a bit of a sort of secret to myself. Ooh, wow, master number 33. Wow, this is okay. I'll show you first. 33. I'm going to put them all out, and I'm doing this slightly differently today. Relaxation. High Wrath, longing for home, homesick for the stars. I'm using my star seed deck there. All paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. You are good enough, new moon in, full moon in Virgo. Ooh, we've got the core card here, which is like the judgment card in tarot, but this is from the good tarot deck. We got the High Priestess here as well. High Priestess, King of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, and Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Right, okay, so just give me a moment just to sort of okay. There's definitely, I mean, right away I can definitely tell that this It's a very kind of a very spiritual sort of message that's coming across, because it feels like there's a moment's breather that you're going to be having. It's like there's a lot of eruptive energy around you, but I feel like you are being called to sort of just sort of slow down and breathe. But with that comes a sort of a sense of nostalgia. It's like it's going to feel as if you are you're picking up on things. I see lots of kind of downloads or upgrades, whatever, however where you see them, where you get like upgraded from the universe with the light rays coming in and raising your vibrations. And it feels like it's like you're put in a space. We've got all this gentle sort of calming energy here, nothing eruptive at all. So I feel like with this, it's almost like the Buddha watching in seeing all the, because with the colors around, with those red areas over here, which is that kind of like the root chakra. And of course Taurus is all about root chakra stuff. It's all security, safety, where you feel connected, and finance and property and those sorts of things do normally come under this that root chakra. But it feels, I see you being very kind of still and connected. I feel a big stillness in this energy. So but it feels like other people are kind of running off on, like, their people around you are ranting, they are getting chaotic, things are kind of really all shaky around you. I don't feel like it's affecting you. I feel like you're like the calm within the storm, the eye of the needles Bashar talks about. And with that sort of softness, it's like you sort of go more within, especially with the Judgment card, the High Priestess card, and that relaxation card. And as you go within, it's like you have this kind of connection, this sense with your heart chakra to the cosmos, almost, of knowing that you're on the right path. But as you see all this sort of turmoil and anxiety around you, and anger and frustration around you, you're seeing it from a totally higher perspective, a much higher perspective. And in that, you are kind of, there's a type of sort of nostalgia that comes with that, with you kind of wanting, you know that you're here because you signed up to be here on earth, and you know that all of the disruption around you kind of needs to come out. But still, at the same time, you are kind of questioning your pathway a bit, because you feel very connected, very sort of homesick, very you kind of don't want to sort of take on any like BS or like negative vibes from people around you. I feel like you're just going within. I mean, we've got this intuition card, and we've got the High Priestess card, and judgment. So it's like there's a judgment within, a call within, knowing within yourself, and especially with that King of Pentacles, who is all about you know, I mean, he is Taurus, right? He is earth, he is that fixed sign, and he knows exactly where he's going. So I feel like this is a very empowering time for you. With the card coming up with "You Are Good Enough," obviously it's a kind of question of, when you're in that stillness, you're finding that gaze within, you're finding that kind of breathe within the calm within the storm. Within that space, you may be questioning your path. You may be questioning, well, what I know the tricks, I know how to find calmness and consciousness within myself, yet I see everyone running around in square circles and tying themselves up in knots. And as you do so, you start to kind of wonder, where am I going with this? Like, you intuitively know that this is the right thing to do, but I do feel like it is causing just a little bit of nostalgia, because when you feel very still within a storm, when everything is erupting around you, and you are that kind of that that observing eye on everything, non-judgmental observing eye, it can kind of feel a bit like a lonely place to be. But here's the space where you are getting all this intuition, these downloads, whatever you want to call them, where you're picking up on the subtleties of life. You're seeing beyond the havoc around you. So that's really interesting. It's going to make you feel, when you find that stillness, you're going to feel more you're going to feel more like an alien amongst everyone else, because it's like, well, you feel disconnected from everybody else, because and that can make you feel quite isolated, but yet you still know that what you're doing and how you're managing your energies is really positive. So it's really powerful. We've got the Wheel of Fortune with the Page of Swords and the King of Wands over here. So we do have this turn of events, and it feels like everything again is like disrupting around you. And then we've got Page of Swords with the Queen of Wands. So it could be that there's something that's coming in that's going to fire you up after this simple spell. It's like something comes out of this stillness, something is birthed out of this stillness. But I think it's really important to stay within that stillness. It's because you're going to see that much more. You're going to be, when you sort of not get caught up in the emotional journey of everyone's, everyone's drama and your own drama, when you don't get caught up in that and you find the stillness within, that's when the Wheel of Fortune changes for you. That's when you start to kind of find perhaps that pathway, just, it's like stepping back on your pathway. But you really are, with all of these cards, it definitely is asking you to slow down within it and observe. Because when you observe, your intuition is going to be like on point. You're going to be picking up on so much around you, and you're going to be able to have that foresight of where other people are going and where you're heading. I'm going to clarify this Wheel of Fortune for you. Can you clarify the Wheel of Fortune, please, for group number 1? Thank you. King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, okay, and the 8 of Cups walking away. Okay, so there's a change coming where it feels like you're getting this opportunity, and it definitely feels like an opportunity because you've got this Queen of Wands over here. The Wheel of Fortune is changing, where in that stillness you receive that Ace of Pentacles. So you start to see where the opportunities lie. And I mean, usually this Ace of Pentacles is this sort of a gift from Spirit coming in, because a hand is coming in from the heavens over there. But I feel as if it's you creating it for yourself, because the King of Wands, you've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, okay? So they're the power couple, they're a court couple. And there is a change in the sense that you are deciding to take a new beginning and say goodbye to the situation. Now, the King of Wands could be represent sort of a leader figure. It could represent a romantic partner. Whoever this is, it's very charming, very charismatic. And if I feel like you are sort of coming to the understanding that, like in that intuition, in that soft, still place, that you can get better elsewhere. So I feel like tying you into this person, and this will be someone in your surroundings, so it could be a family member as well. I don't like to say what the signs are because I never find that resonates, but you get an idea of the charismatic energy, that fiery energy attached to it. I feel like you're saying goodbye to someone else leading you, and you're going ahead and you're leading yourself, because you're walking away from that and taking that new beginning, and that's what changes for you. Page of Swords, please. Oh, thank you. Page of Swords. Wow. Yeah, I mean, we have Death, we've got 3 of Cups, and we've got Justice. So huge transformation coming in here. So you'll be getting news that's coming in, your correspondence coming in about something that you've been waiting on on either some sort of legal matter, anything that was out of balance, let's just put it that way, and you're getting the good news because we've got the celebration. It could be a situation, I don't know why this is coming in, but perhaps it's for somebody. But if it's like someone has been trying to get back into the country and you've been fighting to get them back into the country, there is that reunion again, and there's a huge change, but it's as a result of lots of sort of bureaucratic kind of paperwork that needs to be done. This could also be a child coming back into the country. So that obviously is not going to resonate for everybody, but what it is that deciding to take that new opportunity with that Ace of Pentacles and walk away from someone who's been leading you. Let's just put it that way. Someone who's been leading you. Now, friends can be friends, family, romantic partners, work colleagues, bosses, any people like that, church ministers, anyone who has been sort of taking the lead on your life. You are deciding to step away, take a brand new opportunity here with that Ace of Pentacles, because you've, in that stillness, you've seen the foresight for the future with that King of Pentacles, and you're getting like intuition hits like nobody's business. And with that, you're walking away from someone who it's like leads your path. I don't want to say controlling because that's too strong. I'm not feeling it's like overly controlling, but someone who has basically led your life. You are going to say goodbye. Okay, and with that, something comes into balance, something comes into harmony and renewal, and it's a huge transformation for you. And then you move into this Queen of Wands. So let's clarify the Queen of Wands, please. It feels like you need the stillness to sort of make this happen. The Magician, you see, you absolutely made it happen for yourself. The Magician has all the elements available at their fingertips and knows how to work and manipulate the energies in an alchemistic way. So you're creating your own independence and you're starting to lead yourself. So I feel like this, I mean, it can be from moving home to changing your bank account and putting all your investments into a different bank account. It could be leaving a partner and going off on your own. Whatever it is, it's something that is celebratory, something that needed to come into balance, because justice doesn't turn up unless there has been an imbalance, just let's put it that way. And you have created this, you've brought this freedom upon yourself. So I feel like where there has been, in order to reach that point of clarity, it is definitely saying that if you can allow yourself just to find that stillness within, okay, observe everyone in a non-judgmental way, and when you find that balance and that stillness within yourself, things start to become much clearer for you. And the Wheel of Fortune is that turn of events. So you're definitely walking away from someone who has had a very strong impact on how your life is led. And you allow yourself to know, I mean, the Eight of Cups, I mean, he knows that, yes, it's been good, but you know what, it's just not good enough. He is striving for more because he understands the more in life. He understands the potential. He is no longer restricted by staying put and making do with what is. So that's where the turn of events happens, and that's when ultimately this huge transformation happens. You get the okay, if it's a legal matter, it's in your favor. Whatever it is, it's a huge transformation where it's freeing you up. So it's amazing, really, because this is super spiritual, right? And this is kind of like your day-to-day stuff, right? But this feels very much so that in that energy of the eclipse, if you can really slow down and breathe and be connected to your own divinity, okay, it's going to give you the clarity to know that you need to move forward and away from someone who has been leading your life up until now, and you're creating a new freedom for yourself, and you've wanted this to happen. This is what you've created. So it's definitely freedom. I'm seeing a lot of freedom here. And it's funny because obviously when we have this anything that happens within us after a bit of a delay has an external manifestation around us. So by creating your inner freedom within your heart space, or in your stillness, there's so much freedom there, because it's all how you manage your thought processes. Can you stop the chatter in your mind, or can you just have an awareness and open, non-judgmental awareness of your mind, as you do with looking around outside yourself? That inner harmony is a freedom, and that's going to have this outer freedom for you. It's weird because I don't even feel like you need. I don't think this is going to be difficult for you. I don't see the Strength card. I don't see Nine of Swords. I don't see any of those cards that feel like this is going to be a struggle. This is not going to be a struggle for you. It's going to be a no-brainer. It's going to be okay, this needs to happen. I don't see any sort of, I don't see it being very, very difficult. I mean, the Eight of Cups can feel a little bit tiring sometimes, but I don't feel, none of this is heavy. None of this is heavy. It's actually lighting. It's enlightening as well. It makes you feel lighter and more sort of connected, you know. So I mean, it's really nice, group number 1. So I hope that resonated. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment and share. Best of luck. You're gonna be fine. This is great. I'm jealous. Okay, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye. Okay, so group number 2. Here's your little crystal, your clear quartz. Let's see what we have. Now, I did take jumpers out the pack, but I haven't seen any of the cards. Okay, first we have this number 17. This is an intuitive card, so you might be picking up on something personally. Very spiral energy there. Again, a lot of that root chakra. The root chakra is all with that Taurus feel, that way we feel safe and secure. And usually we've been brainwashed all our lives to believe that safety and security is all about having finances, having kind of like a rooted home and that sort of thing. So we definitely spiral. We've got this, it almost reminds me of a Kundalini spiraling out because of the snake with that green ray of heart chakra. Anyway, I'm going to lay out all the cards because I haven't seen this yet. Have a couple of seconds just to tune in, and then I'll begin. Potential. Quite an eruptive energy there. I was talking about the eclipse being eruptive. Child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. This is from my Starseed deck. Oh, this one wanted to slip in, but we'll take it in this time. 6 of Swords. Have faith in your dreams, and that's the waxing crescent moon. Ah, nice. We've got the Star. The Empress. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive Hips, Soul, Tribe. Nice. Okay. And then we have the King of Cups, the Fool, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's see what this is happening here. Okay. So ultimately, saying goodbye to some, it's not saying goodbye. It's not saying goodbye. I see a really big egg, a really big egg. I'm seeing the egg because of the Empress is all about birth renewal. I see this child of the cosmos. I see the star, but that round aspects of that full moon around, and also connected with the roundness of the King of Swords there, but I see a great big egg. Now eggs, I don't know, obviously eggs, you think about Easter, it talks about fertility, it talks about creation, making something new. The reason I'm seeing a big egg is because we've got this potential, we've got this have faith in your dreams. The Empress, which is always gives from unconditional love, and the more she gives, the more she has to give, because she's creative, she's nurturing, she is the feminine divine, all of that energy. And it's like this egg is kind of, it's like spiraling out of this from a dark place. So we've got this kind of spiral here coming out, okay, and it's all very smoky and dark. This always reminds me of kind of blockages, right? The darkness, because I work quite a lot with color. And then we've got this red, which tends to represent that sort of that root chakra, that base chakra I was talking about. But it feels like out of the darkness comes light. And the reason why I say light is because it's green, which is that heart chakra. So out of a very bad situation and out of something that's been very kind of toxic or disruptive or shadowy, there comes and it coils out into this heart space, this heart kind of eruption, cleansing. It feels like it's really kind of, it feels like it's quite fast as well. So it feels like this egg that I was talking about, egg. I mean, we've got the Fool and we've got potential. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's this, out of a very difficult situation, you're starting to see the potential for growth, and for growth of something that is guiding you in the way of being more in that creative frame of mind. And it's not frame of mind even, it's all heart space, it's all heart space, okay? And the Star, I mean, this can be a healing and cleansing card, but I'm really seeing things in the spotlight here, things of popularity, things like stardom, you know, whatever this egg is that you're creating, it's going to be, it's perfect for here and now. Because it's we've got the child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. So I feel like, and with it all coming together with this intuitive hit soul trap, it feels like everything's sort of starting to come together. Initially, I feel it has obviously been a little bit choppy up until now, for sure, because you've been surrounded by this sort of darker kind of energy where things feel really kind of blocked, stagnant, toxic, even shadowy, dark. You can't really see what's happening. But out of that, and because the Six of Swords is all about moving on to calmer waters in the mind space as well. It's like in the mind space, you're walking away from a very dark energy, and out of that erupts this eruption there of that mountain, okay, of the heart space of where things are going. So it feels to me like, now if we have to think about a mountain is very solid and stable. Yes, we obviously could talk about, you know, an eclipse if there's an earthquake coming to light or something, but really there is an eruption. So something that was being very solid and sound is erupting around you. And I think that's a thing that has been quite tricky up until this point, right? Up until the point of the eclipse. And then out of this difficulty, there is an egg. And the egg is this new idea, this new venture forward, because you've got the child of the cosmos and we've got the Fool, and the Fool is also like the child, you know. The Fool begins his journey, his hero's journey is number one, and it says have faith in your dreams. So it feels like out of all the difficulty around, there are things that are going to fall into your lap, into this the Empress energy. It feels like people are going to come towards you, gravitate towards you, that are supposed to be helping you on this pathway, this journey forward. Now we've got the King of Cups, the Fool, and the Knight of Swords. So it definitely feels like this egg I don't know why I keep saying an egg, But this egg, which represents for you a brand new beginning, I'm going to clarify, but it's a brand new beginning. It's like your baby, and it could very well be your baby, because we've got children here twice. Okay, so it could very well be your baby. It could be a project. It could be just an idea that you have, or a new lifestyle that you want to do. And it's like, whatever that is, it holds a great potential. Not only because we've got the potential card, but it's also saying, have faith in your dreams. Okay, it doesn't matter how smoky and dark the situation looks right now. Hold that vision, okay, because it is coming. We've got the full energies in your favor here. I mean, we've got literally 5 cards from tarot, and 2 of them are major arcanas, the Empress and the Fool. I mean, that tells me that you're on the precipice of jumping, taking a leap of faith into this beautiful divine feminine heart space energy, where it's all about creation, all about creation. And with the King of Cups, it could, I don't know, I would never normally say the star signs or the zodiac, because I usually find they never resonate, but I really do feel Scorpio here, with that King of Cups. So whether that's just representative of the energy, but that King of Cups, he's deep. He or she, doesn't matter, right? But it's that emotional intelligence, but it's like a logical approach to the emotional intelligence, because he's so wizened up to how that feels. And then we've got this Knight of Swords, which is that action orientation forward. So it might feel that whatever this egg is that you want to create, it may feel like in the beginning you are kind of just doing the homework, just doing the kind of the paperwork for it, just getting your facts and figures straight, you know, and doing it quite fast. Before you actually practically do something, if that makes sense. But it feels like it's going to be very promising, and it feels like as soon as you take that leap of faith, the right people are going to fall into your lap with this great gathering. So things, you're going to get, all pieces of the puzzle are just going to fall into the lap, because you've got this, you're connected to that intelligence of the universe, you're connected to your inner child. And it feels with this child feeling that I've got here, and this egg feeling I've got here, is all about basically getting excited like how you used to get when you were a child, you know. It's like seeing the potential and the possibility in things, rather than paying attention to the kind of the darkness around you. And that's what this is coming up with, this almost kundalini effect. It's like igniting that it's not the positivity, it's the potential, the possibility, the exciting prospect, rather than always, I think with this, it's like it's always seeing how, you know, we mentally project how things can go wrong, and that can hold us back, you know. But now you sort of you take work out, understand where my mindset goes, and I understand, yes, things can have a negative response or reaction, like chain event reaction. But she's now going, I'm going to move forward with clarity now. And now I know that things are a bit calm, because I'm putting my attention on my egg. Right. King of Cups, please. Can we clarify for group number 2? Thank you. Magician. Ah, Master Manifestor. Yes. Anything else, please? Thank you. I'll get all the cards before I talk about 5 of Wands there. Anything else? And the Page of Pentacles. Ooh. Again, I'm seeing a child. Right, the Fool, please. Can we clarify the Fool? What's a Fool here, please, for group number 2? Okay, we've got 8 of Pentacles, and we've got 3 of Cups. Ooh la la. And Knight of Swords, please. Anything for the Knight of Swords? Thank you. Ooh. This is my self-sabotage card. 8 of Swords. Anything else, please? Thank you. And King of Swords. Okay, gotcha. All right. So there's a couple of messages. One, for start, if it could be that you are starting a new relationship with somebody else, because the Magician and the Page of Pentacles here, with this new beginning with the Fool card. And it could be that even though you've brought it into existence, you may be having a little bit of inner conflict with yourself of like, even though you wished for this with this new romantic partner, that you may be doubting yourself and thinking, oh God, what did I do? Like, is this really a good idea? I would say, with regards to this reading, if it is to do with a romantic partner, it's a thumbs up, a big thumbs up, okay? I'll tell you why. It's saying it's got potential in it. It's saying that the intelligence of the universe is actually guiding you, right? And that you've got to have faith, and the Empress is there. And I see a lot of fertility in the situation, and that this person could very well be one of your, a soul tribe, you know, a member of your clan, man, on a soul level. You know, I see a lot of success with this. So I would definitely say that if it's a new interest, a romantic interest, it's really nice. It is really, really nice. The thing that might tie you up, yes, is that if the communication gets a little bit distorted, okay? So it could feel like, that's why it's saying have faith in your dreams, because it's like that niggle, that kind of, not niggle, that self-doubt may sort of slip in a little bit when you're sort of not sure whether, when things have been so dark and hazy in the past, it's kind of difficult sometimes to take that leap of faith. But because the Star card here also talks about healing, it is good for you. It is good for you. We don't always have to be in the struggle, okay? But I feel like even you might take that leap of faith and kind of go, yes, let's give this a bash, let's try it out. And then it could be that you might feel a little bit stuck with regards, it's that this is like proper like Mercury retrograde energy here, where the information is coming fast and furious, and perhaps you're not quite sure what to say, you feel like you need to kind of be blunt because you're not quite sure, all the rest of it. But I would say if you're in a situation where you're moving on to a bit of a calmer mind frame, and you're coming out of this Kundalini effect, and this egg, if that egg to you is a new romantic interest, I would say it's very positive, very, very positive. For those who are interested in starting a new business, what it is basically is that you have got it feels like that if this was like a business or project, even if it's a project on the side, it would be something which is really kind of coming from the heart. It's really coming from a place of emotional intelligence and an open heart to connect and bring kind of more love into the world, right? And it's something that even amongst the difficulties, okay, the competition surrounding it, you still get the go-ahead because you are the Magician, and you've got that Page of Pentacles there, okay? So even amongst any competition there, you're sound, you're solid. The Fool is starting ahead, and it feels again like this with this Three of Cups over here. Like Three of Cups is your soul tribe coming together, people coming together. This is working together, okay? So I feel like this new beginning, it's not like a lone wolf kind of project. I feel like you are working very hard to connect the right people together who can best help you. So it's like that real collaborative effect, that space where it's no point kind of doing your job and working so hard, and at the end of the day you can't share a glass of wine or a beer with someone, so this is you. It's very fruitful, and that egg blossoms into many different things because it's involving other people. Now the reason why it's saying have faith in your dreams is because you might get a little bit tied up with kind of the red tape of it, with the communications, with and particularly as well if it's a project to do with communications, okay, to do with anything that's online. Ensure that you don't get caught up in the restrictions of it all. Okay, you see that sorry, that that Eight of Swords, yes, feels very restricted. She isn't actually restricted. None of those things are actually like cutting her. She could easily the ropes aren't very tight, you know, they're a bit loose on her, so she could remove herself from that restriction. Okay, but this basically talks about being a little bit tied up with bureaucracy, where you feel like you can't go forward because you're sort of stuck in a rut, right? Against the system, against authority, and all the rest of it. So it's basically saying you're not restricted, work with it, find out, get all your facts and figures together. Now the King of Swords never only will turn up to basically, well, he says, if you make sure that you can evidence everything, if you can make sure that you can get your facts and figures straight, and I mean, you're working hard at it, so that you're definitely doing the work, but make sure that you go over things and then go over things again, make sure everything is signed, sealed, and delivered, right? If you're able to do that, you're not restricted at all. But sometimes you need to really do the homework to work out where the loopholes lie, okay? Because it's like, if you are naturally surrounded, if this is life, right? And the world here is all those restrictions that keep us kind of suppressed and pushed down in the world, feeling like we're limited in so many ways, and you are branching out of it. Part of that is an implemental tool of this communications, the systems that be, you know. That's a thing that's going to sort of trip you up if you allow it to trip you up. But because you're doing the hard work, as long as you know the system and work within the system to create this beautiful egg, have faith in your dreams, it will come together. Now, yes, we know that there's so many people out there who kind of dodge the system, work the system to their benefit in a dishonest way. I'm not talking about that, because you have this new idea, this new concept, this new egg of desire, which is going to change everything in your life because it's the Fool. And if you go for it, you just need to know what you're getting into. Okay, the Knight is the Knight, he's not the King, and it was the Knight that came first. So you don't really know, you don't really know all the details around it, and that's fine. Why would you? You're new to this, right? So you might not know all the details, but get the expertise to prevent you from feeling restricted and not knowing what you're doing. As this now, this could also be a new start with returning, like a new lifestyle, but going somewhere where you've been to before in the past. So for example, if you did a massive move and you wanted to move away, because it's also a travel card, and he's also like jumping into the void there. But with that Three of Cups there, it could be that actually you have this idea to perhaps you want to go somewhere, relocate, immigrate to somewhere, but it wouldn't be somewhere brand new. It would be somewhere where you know some people there, or you've been there before, but you're embarking on this venture would be brand new. Again, just make sure that you have all your legal documents in check, like check them and then check them again, okay? Because you don't want to sort of tie yourself up with that, and know where the bureaucracy lies with regards to that. And again, it will be something that you are being, I feel like you're being called to do this. You know, you've got this great egg. I can't say any other way. Relating with child, it's you know, it could be, you know, I don't see a brand new child yet, but of course it could be. I'm seeing more of a kind of a projecty type vibe, or a romantic partner. Ultimately, have faith in your dreams. The Empress is on your side. The right people are going to fall into the place. And while you've been going through this, it could even be the dark night of the soul with that Kundalini kind of snake sort of coming up here. right? The healing is coming in, okay? You're cleansing the way forward. And the way you cleanse, sometimes to dig deep and do all the healing and the journaling, all the rest of it. But sometimes the healing is to just kind of step outside your comfort zone, take a leap of faith, because you're starting to believe in the possibility and the beauty of things rather than always looking at the negative. So that is the ultimate catapult of healing. You know, you just jump forward. You go, well, that's my healing because I'm going against the grain here. So that's all I have for you, group number 2. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay. Group number 3. There's your little crystal, clear quartz. Right, let's see what cards we have. I did a pre-shuffle and I took jumpers out of the pack. I haven't seen the cards, so this will be a surprise to me too. Now, I know this actually did come up in the pre-shuffle as well, it jumped up. Number 3, this is an intuitive card. A lot of sacral energy bursting, talking about that eruption I was talking about. But then, interestingly, in the center of that beautiful blossoming kind of mandala, kind of geometric color there, is green, which is the heart space. It's definitely a bursting of energy. Passion, lots of passion. Okay, we have voyage. Sorry, I've got such a dirty mind. Earth pulsing, mother of earth, slow down, time in nature. I saw pulsing and I saw all that red passion. Okay, right. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Transformation, which this would be the death card, right? This is the good tarot deck. We'll take you. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening to you. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay, so guys, this seems a bit big for you guys. Okay, right. Then we have the Hierophant, another major arcana. Knight of Wands. Page of Cups. King of Swords. Oh my god, we have the Fountain. Now this is the I'm gonna actually have to read you from this book because this is the wild card basically, and eclipses do tend to be like wild card times that catapult forward. The Fountain card is the only unique card in the Fountain tarot deck. So you've got the normal tarot cards and you have the Fountain card, and it really is that crossover between human life and the spiritual life coming in this portal. I will read you that card because I don't want to mess anything up there. Ooh, we got the Moon and we got the Five of Swords. Okay. So I'm gonna read you. No, not now. Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. This is going to be, I feel, a bit eruptive for you, group number 3. Now I can now see, because I've done the first 2 groups, how different each one was, and this is definitely a contrast. There is quite a lot of definitely explosive energy surrounding you at this time. Fights, chaos, uncertainty, and I mean, with passion. It could just be that people are really kind of being ignited by their passion, but again, it's a lot of energy that's surrounding you. I feel it's going to be quite heavy because it's bringing up this questioning of whether you want to stay or whether you want to go with that voyage card. It's also basically encouraging you to sort of slow down and then tune in and ground with nature with the earth pulsing card. And because it says you and your loved ones are safe, it suggests that there's a lot of insecurity around this time. So around the eclipse period of time, something is definitely like exploding, okay? And you're going to be feeling very insecure and very, with that cracked open card, you're going to be feeling completely out of sorts, out of your comfort zone, not knowing what to do. And it feels like where it's coming from is there is a massive transformation with organizations that I feel that you work with in, okay? It could be, I don't know what, a debt relief, debt. It could be, because we've got the King of Swords with the Hierophant here, and we've got this working in this Page of Cups, right? So there's definitely some sort of organizational transformation that is causing quite a lot of upheaval and explosions around you. So how this would resonate would be that there are, you know, if you're working for a company, that there's restructuring and people getting cut out, made redundant, that sort of stuff, and you don't know what you want to do, and it's all a bit sort of all happening all at once. It could be that if you rely on some sort of government body or fund or legal matter or anything like that, there's a huge shift there, which again puts you in that place of feeling quite insecure and like out of sorts. And but we have the Voyage card here, so I feel like you're going to make the choice to sort of move beyond that, so which is really, really positive, and rise above the emotional body of that, because we've got this Cancer card, the Moon, and we've got this new moon in Cancer here, so we've got this lots of water energy too, so there's a lot of emotional turmoil here. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so it's going to be pretty tricky, huge transformation coming in, and it's going to be the structures that be, the organizations that be, the organizations that you rely on are going to change, and it's going to cause, yes, quite a lot of, it's weird. It's like, say for example, you're working and carrying on as always, and things are erupting around you, and you're just trying to tick by and just carry on with the pace of it all, because I feel like this very fast energy coming on in. And then it's almost like you get this Page of Cups. It's almost like a token, like if this was a cut or a redundancy, it's almost like a token card to say, oh, thanks very much for your work, goodbye. I don't like this Page of Cups here next to the King of Swords, because it's like, it just seems a bit cheap to me. So, and I feel like it's a quite emotive period of time, because you really are not sure where things are going to go. So number one, definitely know that it is actually happening in your benefit, in your greater good, because the Hierophant card there is actually steering you in a better position, in a better way, but you might not be able to see it now. It has to change because it's time. Everything has its season. Transformation has to happen. Nothing ever stays the same. But because it's happening so fast, I mean, I don't see a Tower card here at all, so it's not like something's totally crumbling, but you are being asked to just try and be calm within all those disruptions, and start thinking ahead, start thinking higher. So start sort of like with this Voyage card, take you and your family and raise yourself above the ocean of emotion that, oh God, oh, I'm a rapper. The ocean of emotion that you're feeling, rise above it so that you can see clearly where you want to go. Because I've got the Moon card here as well, which is, yeah, you know, what you think is happening now that's causing quite a lot of insecurity is actually for your greater good. And I know that because the Moon casts shadows on things, and there's illusions, you know, you jumping to conclusions with how things are going to be. And we've got this Fountain card here, so I'm going to quickly read this Fountain card, because I want to make sure. It's such a beautiful card. I mean, it's really amazing, and it does confirm that you this is happening in the right, this is happening for good reason. Okay, did they put it in the beginning or the end? Okay, I think they put it at the end of the majors. There we go. Okay. The fountain exists outside and beyond the cycles of birth, death, time, and form. It is nameless, changeless, source of which everything is a part. It is the awakening form from the dream of separateness and identity and the recognition of oneself as not only connected to all things, but all things divine nature. When the fountain appears in your reading, relinquish all illusion, moon card, right? Relinquish all illusion. Where was I? God, where was I? Relinquish all illusion of control and remain quiet. It invites you to observe, master less, and to just be. Effortless and indistinguishable from life. You are the voice and the breath of the universe. This card means oneness, a moment of cosmic clarity, fully awake, the end of seeking, enlightened being, surrendered to that which you are, whole and perfect. So this disruption that is bursting into your life over the eclipse is actually, it's like an awakening. It's enlightenment. And even if it's for a moment's enlightenment, that moment of enlightenment sets you on a whole new course with that voyage card. You're moving in a whole new direction. And yes, it's scary, but suddenly you go, I see it now. So when all that disruptive, I said fast energy is happening around you, the best thing is to sort of slow down, breathe, like it said, connect with nature, okay, feel the pulse of Mother Gaia, okay, and know that this is actually setting you on the right course that you were meant to be on, okay. If you really think about it, everything that's disrupting now is at the life that you really want, where you're really fully engaged in it 100%. This is that when I was talking about the eclipse, that quantum jump forward, that where you suddenly get back onto your soul's destiny. That's what's actually happening. So it's actually a really, really good thing, but I feel like it's going to be a very testing time for you. The moon, please. Can we clarify the moon for group number 3? Thank you. Oh, okay. We've got, this is like the Seven of Swords is, tends to be something that is sort of sneak away, rushing away, could be deception, could be, I mean, with it being in Scorpio, could be that what's hidden, so the illusions of deception or the illusions of someone's honesty. So whatever's coming out, it's like, I would say, if there is talk around your situation that someone is being deceptive or dishonest, I wouldn't trust it 100%. Get still, find your balance, get grounded, and allow for things to pan out. Because I think the illusions, it feels like the chaos of everything is causing those around you to kind of want to blame somebody because things are changing, sudden changing. So I would be very careful of playing the name game just yet, or the blame game just yet, especially because we've got this Five of Swords card here. So I would be very careful not to kind of get involved too much within that or play into that. But at the same time, if you see that your situation is falling to pieces, I'm feeling kind of work here because of this organization here. I'm feeling more work than like anything else. It's the thing that kind of you spend most of the time doing. So even if you're a single mum, it could be, the day-to-day things that you have to do to make sure you feed your children, take them to school, all those things. Anything that's where there's you're relying on an organization. The organization is a thing that's changing. Anything that's been kind of the oversight, the structure, the system that is changing, okay, and it's causing some some insecurities, and there's like, I don't know what I'm doing. But I'll be very, very careful of not allowing the moon to or that emotional, the illusions of the moon to sway you into looking at the negative in everything, or or so it's definitely, just be careful about jumping to conclusions is what I would say with that. Anything else for the moon, please, for group number 3? Anything else for the moon? Thank you. The Fool and 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. So while this all seems very disruptive and very kind of scary, okay, it's not out of deception. It's not out of someone trying to do you over. It's not, even though there may very well be people who are doing that. How that relates to you and your path right now, that's an illusion. What's really happening is you're ready to take that voyage and take that leap of faith, okay? And as you do so, you are finding people of like minds who you can connect with, okay? So if it is like you are changing positions or changing, it's brand new. And yeah, it's brand new. It feels like, I mean, actually this is reminding me of my sister a little bit, because she's deciding to take her children out of school and homeschool them instead. So there's a huge change to the organization. It's very kind of uncertain, but actually, even though it might feel disillusioned by it, actually what's happening is it's setting you on the right path, right? With that fountain card over here, you really are finding that connection. So it's sort of, there's anything that is reminding me of that. Now, so where the moon might be putting you in a place of intellectual, not fear, but thinking that something needs to either be sneakily done or under, you know, you don't have to. That's all an illusion. You don't have to. In fact, what really needs to happen is, and even if you sense that there's someone around you that's doing that, it's not. It's an illusion. It's not clear. Actually, the moon is a beautiful card, because it tells me that things are happening beneath the surface and they're going to support you and carry you through this voyage, this new journey. And this is the voyage, the Fool. And what the Fool does is it connects you with the right people to you, with that 3 of Pentacles. Creation, creating something new. So 3, you know, Pentacles all about the earth, money, practical material things, but working with other people. Could even be going back on something and redoing it, but it's a whole new way of doing it. So I'll be very careful about jumping to conclusions, negative conclusions, when it comes to that. 5 of Swords. Let's clarify the 5 of Swords, please, for group number 3. 5 of Swords, thank you. Oh, 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. There we go. Right. So it could be a situation that's regarding your children, of course, because the 6 of Cups. But it could also be that there's still some conflict. Now, the 5 of Swords, often I feel like this is, you know, it can be, you have many meanings for the 5 of Swords, but I'm sorry, yeah, 5 of Swords. But it's like, this is kind of like trying to win at all costs, right? And it could be that people in your people from your past are still trying to win at all costs. So I don't know, it feels to me like it's like everyone's getting caught up in this explosion, right? This eruption, this shift and change, and you're in a different frame of mind. You're in the fountain. You're starting to sort of see, you have this moment of truth, this enlightenment, this spiritual awakening. Even if you've had a spiritual awakening, it's a top up, you know. And as you do so, you see the people around you, even though for you it's a great opportunity and you're voyaging forward because you're starting to see the bigger picture, right? That heightened view. But the 5 of Swords is, it feels like the people from now your situation up until now, there's going to be a lot of kind of people trying to be very competitive. So for example, if this was a restructuring of a company, you're going to start to see people, colleagues, going to all sorts of measures to try and hold their position. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. And you see it. This could even, I mean, it could even relate to the family situation. Say you, the things that you have had up until now gets exploded. It could be that your family are causing questioning you and trying to kind of, I won't say pull a fast one, because I mean, you know, but it's like trying to win at all costs, you know. But the problem with the Five of Swords is it's a temporary win. It's not a long-term win. So it feels like the people from your past or your surrounding, your family, they could be trying to trying to kind of steer you in a different direction. Perhaps they're scared for you, but you have this moment of truth, this moment of clarity, this moment of like divine observing, like you see it all, okay? And even though on the surface level it looks very disruptive, you kind of know, really, if you were to go deep down, you know that actually this is good because it's setting you on the right path, okay? So you and your loved ones are safe, okay? It's not happening to you, it's for you. This is for your benefit, all of this. But it's not going to be a pleasant time. It's gonna challenge you. But in the challenge, this happens. And so, I mean, what more could you want? You get the opportunity now to have that moment of clarity and change things completely, move forward. Okay, so that's all I have for you, group number 3. I hope that it resonated. Good luck. I said you lots of hugs with this situation, because it's it will test you, definitely. And all the best. If this did resonate, please do like, subscribe, comment or share, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.